Jim Condit Jr. You know, part of the problem, as I see it, isn't with our elected representatives. I see the problem is that there is no penalty for not representing the people that you've been elected to represent. And with two parties voting out the one guy to let in the next guy isn't cutting it. Politics is a burden. I'd like to see 300 million politicians in America willing to take up the burden of politics, the burden of leadership, of taking care of their communities, their states, their state lands. Foreign policy that makes sense, that doesn't create terrorism, that doesn't create famine. Sanctions kill regular people. Sanctions are ineffective. They kill the regular people. Voting here in the United States seems ineffective, but if we can get more than one party, if we can all become 80%ers, scrap the 20% that we can't see eye to eye on. None of us can agree on everything. None of us have all the answers. So how are we going to get a penalty? How are we going to penalize our politicians? And term limits. Or, I mean, add 2-year term limits. We got to do something so you can't join a political party for a career. It has to be a burden. Everybody has to take the yoke, take up the yoke. Freedom, liberty, these kind of things that we talk about all the time, they take effort. They don't happen overnight. Can't just say, I got a guy for that.
Public servants.
A public servant?
Yeah.
I was always told that a servant or a public servant was to serve the public.
Yeah.
But what do we do if they don't? We're going to keep voting them out, voting the next guy out, vote the Democrat out, then we'll vote the Republican out. What if none of us voted? What if none of us voted? What if none of us went to work?
Yeah.
Again, we don't need a violent revolution. We need 300 million peaceful revolutions. You need to start a revolution at home. You need to carry the message of freedom to your friends, to your neighbors, the people you care about, the people you die for. Who would you die for? Do you call them sheeple? Do you say they're not awake? Most of the people in my life that would be considered sheeple are the people I die for. I'm hoping the same is true for you guys. Freedom Palooza is going to be here every year. We're going to keep doing it. We're going to go city to city soon. We're going to bring this message. We're going to bring these bands, the venue, the art, the blood, the sweat. These people, all these artists put their time, their effort. They don't get mainstream coverage. They don't get in Rolling Stones. You're not going to see them on Drummer Magazine. Sorry, Brett. It's not going to happen, brother. So we got to support our friends. We got to support the people that care enough to get up on a stage, to put a mic in front of their face, and say things that are different than what they hear on TV. Don't worry. It's a sound check. I'm just trying to keep you guys busy. You know, we could play something fun. My friend Rob Chowda and I thought up a game called Name That Goon. You could hear Name That Goon on the Rob and Freeland show. And it goes something like, I could give you hints, I could give you guesses, at the Goon. How much time do you guys need? How much time do you guys need? Huh?
Whenever you're ready, man.
Oh, all right. You guys are ready?
Yeah, that's good. Wait a minute. So I got it.
Oh, all right.
What do you got?
As soon as you're ready, man.
Okay. And we're mic'd up with the snare, so we're all good here.
Oh, man, I'm sorry about all that.
Good.
Just think about it. Think about what would happen if we all got together, if none of us voted, if all of us stayed home, if every one of us said, wait a minute. Corruption happens everywhere. It happens in every town. It happens in every city. Are we going to keep turning a blind eye to it, or are we going to get together? We're going to realize that it's the people, that's our brothers, our sisters, our aunts, our uncles, our mothers, our fathers that suffer, that pay the price. When we stand idly by and we allow the state to raise our children, we allow the state to tell our parents how to raise their children. Oh, I could go on for hours about the school system. We could talk about our failed monetary policy, about how they tax personal property called labor.
I don't know where you're plugged in at.
Just bear with us just for a second. Don't forget, we got 2 more days of Freedom Palooza.
Yeah.
Don't forget, we got vendors out back. We got a bonfire going. We got one of the best bands you're going to hear for hundreds of miles.
Okay, Alex, right now.
New York City.
If we can just get them all set up.
Well, they were using it for guitar earlier.
I just don't want to keep rambling here. You guys have heard enough of me all day.